Yeah, we're recording. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Good evening. This is our Dream Maker Monday night training meeting, and super excited to have Miss Darlene Cornelius here with us. She is a Sapphire ambassador. She is not only a Sapphire ambassador, but she prides herself, as she should, for the title of the wisest jewel out there.
Well, there you go. That's good.
There you go, right?
Yeah.
We got to know each other. Believe it or not, we've been in the company probably about the same amount.
Yeah.
She lives in Edmond, Oklahoma now, but we really got to know each other this last Maui trip. And it is my pleasure to turn over tonight's call to Miss Darlene. And you can take it away, sweetheart.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm so excited to be here tonight. It's so much fun to come on and meet new people and see new faces and just get familiar. Like Jennifer said, we met on the plane going to Hawaii, and we laughed and had a great time and threw ideas out there at each other. And that's where you learn, is when you get around a group of ambassadors and just throw ideas and what you're doing in your business and what other people are doing. I love the name. It's Dream Team.
Dream
Is that
Makers.
Dream Makers?
Yes.
That is so awesome. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and I'm going to have a photographer come in here and figure out how to work these lights, because it is not complimentary at all. I don't know how these women get on these calls and look like movie stars, but hang that up and throw it out the window for me. But I started Plexus in 2013. I had built one of the largest and best staffing agency in Austin, Texas. I started in 2005. In 2010, when the banks collapsed, all your line of credits were destroyed. I had a line of credit over $2 million, and when the banks collapsed, my line of credit went to $250,000. So when you're paying men every day, that doesn't last very long. Plus, a lot of the construction world was putting their contractors to work instead of hiring temps because they couldn't afford it. They were trying to keep their men working. So anyway, I closed my office in 2010 and thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm 60 something. I can't remember what I was in 2010. Anyway, but anyway, I went to work for my daughter, booking Olympic swimmers. I started drawing Social Security, and if any of you are under 40, for God's sake, build your business, because there's not going to be any Social Security. And so I was allowed to make $1,180 a month. So I went to work for my daughter and worked for her for 3 years, and then thought, this isn't going to work. And at the age of 66, the government is so nice to let you earn whatever you want. They don't penalize you the $1,200 they give you. So in September of 2013, I started my Plexus journey. I tried a pink drink. I was in Edmond, Oklahoma, visiting my daughter, and she says, Mom, I've got something you've got to try, because I work behind a desk 10 to 12 hours a day, aches and cracks and everything there is with old age, and thought that was the way my life was supposed to be. But she gave me that pink drink, and it's an 8-hour drive back to Austin, Texas. And by the time I got to Austin, oh my God, I was ready to go do something. I felt so good. And I knew that I was going to do this drink. Now, like a lot of you, I wasn't going to do the business. I had no desire to do the business. All I wanted to do was feel good. Excuse me. Well, I got to feeling so dadgum good, I couldn't keep my mouth shut. And if you know me, that's hard for me to do anyway, to keep my mouth shut. But I just started talking to people and sharing it. People saw the difference in me, and they got so excited, And my first 4 ambassadors was from my church group. So I was excited about that, because I don't know, I feel like God placed this in my hands to help others. And I believe we each have an obligation to do that. So to make this long story short, Plexus has changed my life. I had called my husband's family in 5 years before, in 2013, and told them if they wanted to see their brother, they better get down and see him, because I didn't think he was going to live much longer. He had COPD, and just like you men on here are so stubborn, you know, he wasn't going to do the pink drink. Well, I lost like 20 pounds the first 3 months, and that was good for me, because at 66, you just don't lose weight. So he started drinking it, and I got him on the pink and the X Factor, and all of a sudden, he dropped 60 pounds in 8 months. He had 18% of his lungs. And if you understand anything, I got a tickle. I must have some kind of allergy. 18% of your lungs is not very much, folks. But I got him on the X Factor and the Slim, and he goes and blows now. In fact, he's doing better than I am. It's just God sent. It was just God sent. So I love this product. And I think the biggest thing about being a good ambassador for Plexus is you've got to love the product. You've got to believe in it, because I could sell a drug rep Plexus. That's how much I believe in this product. So I'm going to give you a couple of my little tips tonight. Hope that they will help you and give you some idea. This has nothing. I want you to totally get away from Plexus now. We're just going to talk about belief. And one of the biggest things that I find out, and I do boot camps, I travel around doing boot camps, I find out about people is they don't have belief in themselves. Somewhere in their life and in your life, somebody has either said, you're too old, you're too stupid, you don't have the ability, you can't do this. You know, it's MLM, it's a pyramid scheme. Well, it's not a pyramid scheme. I work for a pyramid scheme. You know, CEO, manager, whatever. Excuse me, just a minute. So anyway, so what I'm trying to explain is until you have belief in yourself, you can go out every day and try to find clients. You can post, you can do your list and everything. But if you don't have belief in yourself that you can do this, well, dadgum, shoot a monkey. Then you're going to have a hard time doing it. I was told all my life, I do not have a college degree. Too fat, too ugly. You know, there's always excuses that go into your head. Okay, I'm really going to scare you because I'm going to turn this light on. So I turn that
You
fan.
are fine. You're doing awesome.
Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is if you don't have belief in yourself, it is so hard to believe that you can do anything. And one thing that I've learned in my life is tell me I can't do it. Tell me I can't do it. Because I will do everything I can to do it. Golly, Jennifer, I don't know what's going on.
You're okay. You need a cough drop or something like that?
Yeah, I can do that in just a second.
Okay. Whenever you need to do that, you're good.
Okay. I could weigh 75 pounds and I would believe I was fat because I was always told I was fat. You know, that's what I love about Plexus. They didn't ask for what I looked like. They didn't ask me if I had a college degree. They just literally said, give me $34.95 and it's your business. So everyone has to have belief that they can do it. The one thing that I have told my kids all their lives that you can do anything you want if you believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You can do anything. Is that what you tell your kids? Do y'all tell your kids they can do anything in the world they want to? Are you showing them how?
It's a good question.
Are you showing them that it is possible to do anything in the world they want to do? I always tell my 3 kids, it didn't matter, you know, what you do, you can do it. But the only way I could prove to them that would happen is that I had to show them. Because if they saw mom walk in after work, griping and complaining, oh my gosh, you know, Judy, she just gets in my way. I can't get her to do anything. She's just, you know, I can't work there anymore. They don't appreciate the hard work I do. You know, so when you walk in that door and says, I'm just going to quit. I'm going to quit. I can't handle it. So you quit and you go to the next job. Well, guess what happens in the next job? There's always going to be a Judy there. Always going to be a Judy. But what did you teach your kids? You taught your kids when it gets hard, mama quits. So when they get out there on the football field or the volleyball court or anything else they do in school, they're not going to believe in themselves because mama didn't teach them they could believe in themselves. You are such a vital, vital, vital part of their lives. So what you do is how they're going to do. When I ran that temporary service, I helped the homeless and the ex-cons. And the reason I tell you this is because I had a guy come up to me one day and say, I am so excited. My son gets out of prison today. Will you get him a job? And he just got out of prison. And I got to thinking how sad it is because that's the only life that boy knew was either stealing, cheating, lying, selling drugs. So if you think for 1 minute that what you do in front of your children isn't important, you're wrong. So as you do this journey with Plexus, do it positive. You know, do it positive. Don't make it to the point where you make yourself fail. I always tell my people, don't ever set yourself up to fail because that's easy to do. Because you make your goal so far away from reality that you can't succeed. So set your goals small and then just work from there on. And my children are very successful, but it's because mama made it a point that they knew that they could be successful if they work hard. So there's another thing I want to tell you, you know, is that your environment is so important. And this is a key to growing your business too. You have got to get rid of the negative people in your life. Do you know 93% of your success depends on the people you're associated with? So think about that. So who are you associated with? Are you okay, I'm going to go run and get a coffee.
You're good. You're good. Is she not amazing, y'all? I'm telling you, I sat with her on the plane and I was like, I felt like I was in school. And then the next day, well, a couple days passed and we were sitting out at the beach one day and she just started chatting. And like 45 minutes later, Phil's like, where have you been? And I'm like, oh, Darlene. Darlene was just like filling me in, giving me things. You know, what I love is that for so many of us, we use objections and excuses that are in front of us that are maybe not even real, that she really has had, and she overcomes them in a heartbeat. And we use that as our crutch, right? To go, well, not this month. Well, when I do this. So anyway, continue, my friend.
Okay. So the thing that's so important is your environment. So let's say your kids are out there. I use kids, for example, are out there running around with kids that have no desire to go to college, no desire to study, drink, smoke. What are you going to do with those kids? Man, you're going to grab a hold of them, you're going to put them in their room, and they're grounded for life. But if you run around with people, you bring them into your house that are negative, that give you bad, false feelings, then what are you teaching your kids? You're teaching them it's okay to be with negative people. I'm telling you it's not. 93% of your success is the people you're involved with. So, have any of you, and you don't have to hold your hand up because you might be one. Is anyone here got negative ambassadors on your team?
I'm going to say no. I better not.
Good. You're good.
Of any of these people that are on here, they're not.
Well, the ones that are on here, You see? The ones that are negative are
Right,
on
of course.
because
That's,
they don't
yes,
want to take
exactly.
the time to learn.
Exactly.
So let me encourage you on this. I have negative people. I will work with them for 60 days. But if they continue to be negative and they don't have anything good to say about our company, about our team, about our contest, or anything else, then I'll kindly say, until you change your attitude, I can't help you. I can't. You got to delete them. This little button right here. So who's your most negative people in your life? I bet you I can tell you right now. I don't know any of y'all. It's your family, right? See, every one of them. Yep, it's your family. Well, let me tell you a little secret about your family. Love them because they're, you didn't have a choice on that. They're your family. But delete them. Get them off your page. Get them off of your social media. Get them off of your Linkster. Get them on whatever you've got them on. Get rid of them. You don't need them. And when they start to talk to you about negative, oh my gosh, guys, you're stupid. You're stupid. You know what I do? I host Thanksgiving. And when they all come over to Thanksgiving, I don't talk about plexus. I don't mention plexus, but we go to the grocery store in my Lexus. And guess what's on my Lexus? Plexus. So anyway, do not let your family destroy your dream, okay? Because you can't succeed worrying about what people think. You just can't. If I worried about what people thought, I'm going to be 70 next month. Why should I even be here? Because I don't care. I guess because I'm old enough where I don't have to care anymore. But why would you care? Why would you care? This drives me insane. Why do you care what the opinions of others do? Are they paying your electric bill? Are they paying your mortgage? Are they paying your phone bill? And until they do that, love them, but delete them. Get them away from you. Get them away from you. You do not need that. We have enough negative in our world already without pulling it back into our lives. Because you will absolutely, I guarantee you, you will portray that out to people you're trying to recruit. I don't want to be under a negative person. I don't want to work for a negative person. But if you call them up or if you get on a Zoom call with them, Jennifer and I laughed the whole way to Hawaii. If you have a positive attitude, isn't that who you want to work for? Isn't that who you want to be to your team? But if you get on the call and say, oh my God, they didn't get my order right again this month. Who cares? Who cares? I've worked with huge, huge companies. And I'm telling you, you should be excited. We're growing so fast that we have bugs. But we also have administrators that are taking care of those bugs. And I guarantee you, I know Alec Clark, he calls me mama. And he can. He's 50, I'm 70. I could actually be his mama.
So sweet.
And I'm just telling you, those people care about us. It kills them when things aren't working right. So I'm going to tell you, you've got to see value in yourself. I want you to see this book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Are y'all reading that? Oh my gosh, it's good. There's one thing in here. I could have made $1 million if I'd have just got out and talked about. I didn't realize so many people didn't believe in themselves. But anyway, I'm trying to change that. But I love this when it says, you will become what you think about most. So what do you think about? Defeat? Not being able to do it? Your success or failure in anything, large or small, would depend on your programming, what you accept from others, and what you say when you talk to yourself. So if you allow others, oh, I just can't get this through your head enough. Do not allow others to dictate your life. Just don't do it, or you'll fail the rest of your life. Why do you want to be on their level? I want to be higher. I want to be higher. I always want to be learning. I always want to be reading. I always want to get excited about new things, you know, and I don't want somebody to grab hold of my leg and keep pulling me back. I want to pull them up with me. And if they don't want to come, there's a button. Get rid of them. Love them, but get rid of them. Okay. So the thing, so the greatest fear in the world is of the opinion of others. That's our greatest fear. Who's your worst critic? Your family, your environment, and your belief in yourself. And I'm not telling you to do this because you people are so young. There's a couple of you. There's my buddy Gloria. There's a couple of you that are white-headed, not too many. But if you're raising your family, you've got to give them belief in themselves because the world's not going to. My little grandson got told he was gay today because he had a purple shirt on. What? Are you serious? So you have got to bring positive into your family's life. So this is what I want you to try. This is your test for the next month. Jennifer, you make sure they do this. Because once you start it, you will not stop. And here it is. Every morning, before you take your children to school, or if you're having breakfast, I want you to have them give you 2 affirmations. Okay? So we'll say, Katie says, okay, Billy, tell me an affirmation. I'm smart. Why are you smart? Because I make good choices. So there's 2 great affirmations to start school with, right? So then Katie's going to have to turn around and give him 2 affirmations. Right? Mom, right? So you've got to come up with 2 great affirmations. If you will start doing that every day, and just do 1. If you will start doing that every day, you will see a humongous change in your children. Because before they walk out that door, they know they're special. And when they come home from school, have them give you an affirmation. Today was a great day. No negative, no negative. So I encourage you to do that. I am an ambassador for God, and then I'm an ambassador for Plexus. And I know he has a plan for every one of you. I truly believe in my heart that we was handed this gift. Plexus is a gift. If you don't believe that, maybe you need to turn in your $34.95 because Plexus is a gift. And that gift is to help other people get healthy. You just don't understand how many people, and I worked in a doctor's office and I worked in a hospital for 15 years. People are tired of being sick. And the only one out there making money is Big Pharma. Because if you take one drug, you're going to have to take another to cover up that one and another to cover up that one. So please understand, you have a gift. You need to share it. Is everybody going to say, yes, I'm going to do Plexus? No, they're not. But let me tell you a story I tell my team. And by the way, I have people on my team that don't believe in the Lord, but that's their problem, not mine. This is how I explain Plexus. We all go out and we talk about Jesus. We want everybody to know the Lord. We know he's the way, the light, everything. We know everything about the Lord. You need the Lord, you know. He loves you. He's your salvation. You want to go to heaven, and you tell people about him, don't you? So if somebody says no, does that make you stop telling them about Jesus? Mm-mm. What's the difference with Plexus? You're changing lives. You're making people healthy. You're breaking a bondage. Let me tell you what. Do you know the number one thing that causes divorce today is money, financials. Women working, not being able to stay home with their children. So I'm telling you, you have a gift, and God has played that gift in your hands. You were chosen. If you people think that Jennifer went out there and just randomly picked you, God chose you. So remember this. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Number one, don't try to read a book. This is how I explain me. It's just like reading a book. You have chapter 1 to chapter 25. I may be in chapter 15 and Jennifer may be in chapter 3. Don't jump over and try to be in chapter 3 without going through the chapters. That's what you have to do. When you're in this business, if you hear someone that made diamond in a year, just say, praise the Lord, because she's crazy. She gave up a lot to be a diamond in a year. I have a 5-year plan. When I start my business, the banker says, make a 5-year plan. And in that 5 years, I'm going to be a diamond. I'm a sapphire. Next year will be my 5th year. I plan on being diamond. I figured out what it'd take. I wanted to be diamond really bad this year. But you know, the Lord said, no, not yet, Darlene. You will be diamond when I get ready for you to be diamond. So don't get discouraged. Everybody has their ups and downs. I haven't been sapphire a couple of months, here and there. But that doesn't mean I'm not out there working. That's the game. You know, you may be down 10 points and not make emerald, or 10 points and not make ruby. But that's okay, because next month you'll get it back, right? You just have to have faith in yourself. So don't try to be a Celeste Neville. Don't try to be a Jen Hawkins. You be yourself. You're the one that's going to make the difference. And it's your life. It's your time. If you've got small children, I'm telling you right now, I don't know how you're doing it. Because I keep my granddaughter on Mondays, and all I do is hold and love and play with her. So you moms out there, you dads out there, I don't know how you're doing it, but you're doing it. But if you were, I don't know what your ranks are, but when you get to be Ruby and Senior Ruby, you better be prepared, because it's a different world. When you become Emerald, you better be ready, because you're going to have to give up some things to grow your business. So if you're not there yet, that's because God doesn't want you there yet. You've got a family. You've got children. You've got loved ones. But don't compare your walk to Jennifer's walk, to my walk, to Monique's, whoever here else is on here. Don't compare yourself. You're not them. You do your journey your way. As long as you're trying, as long as you're working it, you're going to be okay. Okay?
Awesome. Yes. Love it. Everybody's just soaking it all up. I would love, love, love to put, you're so funny. I'm going to put it on gallery view so you can see everybody all at once.
Oh, I see them all.
Oh, you can? Well, on my screen.
Well, I'm looking at William over there. He is so freaking serious. What is going on with you, William? There he goes. He's smiling now.
He is in learning mode. He joined our team today. And he is on a call tonight. So,
you know, my husband likes to go to all these conventions and everything because there's so many women. He just sits and watches them walk by. But hey, William, you've got some awesome men to join. Let me tell you what, the men are really blowing it up. You're going to do great. You're going to do great.
He's got some big, big plans. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And I love that he's on here. He's like asking me questions. I'm like, we got to plan your training so we can talk about that to answer your questions that you're trying to answer today. So
that is so cool. Yeah. Hey, man, we want all of you in Hawaii next year. Oh, my gosh. The pina coladas are awesome, and I don't drink. But golly, I had to have one of those. It was so good. Anyway, and if you know of anyone over 50, Gloria, I'm going to squeal on you. She's over 50. You guys, I have a page called Silver Slims. Do you know that the baby boomers last year spent $7 billion on the web internet? $7 billion. Don't think because we're gray-headed we can't buy vitamins.
Right. So true. I loved what you said about, it was such an epiphany for me that when you said that there's everywhere we look, there's sick people. And the only other people besides us that are trying to get them well is big pharma. That is a huge epiphany for me to think about, because so often we hesitate. Like you said, maybe we think, well, they're on medication. They're already being taken. We prejudge people, especially the 50 and over population, I think, to realize, but that's the only other people that are advocating. And I don't know about y'all, but I have a 73-year-old mother who has been taken advantage of over and over and over again in the last several years from advertisers and everything else. So
let me tell you what's so frustrating. I worked in a doctor's clinic, and we never brought our lunch because the pharmaceutical people would come in and bring us lunch every day. I had a calendar booked for a month. They would come in, and this is no lie, because I don't lie. They would spend literally 5 to 10 minutes with the doctor, telling the doctor what this new prescription was going to do for them. It's for blood pressure or it's for something. And they would leave samples, and they say, try it. So we'd have these little people come in, and they'd come out, and no lie. How many of you gone to the doctor's office or taken your folks, and you come out with a sack full of samples because the doctor is so wonderful and he didn't want me to have to buy that prescription, so he gave me all these samples to use. And before you left, he said, now, Darlene, if these don't work next month, we'll try something else. Well, do you know what you just did? You did the research for that stupid pill. He has no clue the side effects. He has no idea what it's for. He was just told it was for blood pressure. So you're going home. He put it in your calendar. Darlene took the sample of Jell-O, and we're going to see her in a month to see how it worked. So when I go back in a month and the Jell-O didn't work, then he's going to give me peanut butter. So you actually just did the test for those drugs. So when your doctor wants to put your kids on a drug, you find out why. Or you, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm fighting statin drugs right now with every heart doctor in the world. And I'll get it. You watch. Anyway.
Okay, do we have time for 1 or 2 questions, Darlene?
Hey, my husband's watching football in the bedroom. I'm okay. He doesn't even know I'm not there.
Okay. You are so funny. Okay, if you have a question for Darlene, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask away.
Be sure and be careful, because I'm very honest.
She is. I love it, though. It's refreshing.
See, now they're all scared.
Yeah,
William unmuted himself, but he won't say nothing.
I'll ask a question.
Okay, Sherilyn.
Darlene, will you tell us a little bit more about your 5-year business plan?
Okay. I was really blessed because I got 2 super runners. But what you need to do is to figure out what you don't want to fail at. Don't set yourself up to fail. So let's say you're going to figure out how you can be diamond in 5 years. So you're going to backpedal to see how many you need to sign up, how many you need to keep on your team to get to your 5 years. Now, I turned emerald in 13 months. But it was amazing. It was so funny, you guys. I'm going to tell you this story. The first year that I went to convention was 2014, because it was already over in 13. I was senior ruby. we were allowed to go up on stage. Did you see that, Jennifer? We were allowed to go up on stage as senior rubies because there wasn't many of us.
That's right.
There wasn't many diamonds. There wasn't anybody, gang. You got so much freaking stuff now to work with. If you're not ruby in a year, it's your own fault. I'm saying that because we had nothing. We didn't have anything. We dreamed up stuff. In fact, we tried to figure out how to take this stuff. I almost killed my first customer because I had him on 4 probiotics and 4 bio-cleanse every night. And she hated me for a long time, but then we got to be friends again. But just work you up a plan. I worked a plan up that I would rank every year. My first year, senior ruby, and go like that. But don't try to go, I was just blessed. Don't try to be emerald your first year. It's just, if you are, praise God. If you can get those 2 runners, praise God. But be realistic, and just figure out. So my first year, I was senior ruby. My second year, I was emerald. My third year, I was sapphire. And my fourth year, I was sapphire. So I'm hoping to be diamond. And Alex said he'll sing to me, so I really want to be diamond. I don't care about anything but Alex singing to me. That's all I want.
That's so sweet.
So I've got to work hard. I can't depend on, I heard something in Hawaii, Jennifer. I don't know if you heard this. I thought it was so good. I cannot make diamond with the team I made emerald with. So what does that mean? That means you have to consistently be looking for new people. Consistently. I mean, I was getting my teeth cleaned the other day, and I had 3 people go to lunch with me at the dentist office. I was walking down Walmart, and a guy was buying sugarless candy. Before we were through, I was going to have lunch with him the next day. Don't ever not talk to someone. And let me tell you why. The person that you talk to today, you may have saved their lives. Stop and think about that. I had 2 men that had 3 to 6 months to live with lung cancer. And I'm not saying Plexus did it. I am not saying that. The good Lord, whatever. And that was 2 years ago. So for 2 years, they were able to make memories with their family. We lost both of them in November. 2 years, they were able to spend time with their family because I was bold enough to tell them about Plexus. There was a lady that I have, a real good friend. Her daughter has some kind of disease. You can't touch her. It's so painful. Gloria knows who she is because she was at one of my deals. And you touch her and she's in excruciating pain. Somebody told her about Plexus, and she got her daughter on Plexus, and it helped her. And do you know she went back, now listen to this, she went back on her Facebook and looked for everybody that did Plexus, and she asked them why they hadn't told her about it. So remember that.
Wow.
The life you talk to today may be the life you save tomorrow. It's so important. Sorry, you don't have to ask me questions. I just keep talking.
No, that's so good. And I loved, too, the other thing that you talked about at the very beginning about this whole idea of fear, that our greatest fear is what we think other people are going to think about us if we share with them, if they know that we're doing Plexus, if we lambast our Facebook feed. But the reality is that people are talking about us right this very second. We don't have control over that. So why let that control us if we don't have the control to stop it or make it go away? And yes, he always has to show up for at least 1 second.
Oh, Philip, go watch football.
You said if once we're married for 40 years, we won't even care. You just go away.
Never.
So I had on my Plexus shirt the other day and went into Walmart, and the girl that was checking me out says, "Do you do Plexus? I see that all over the internet." I said, "No, I bought this at a garage sale." Anyway, she said, "Yeah, I know. I'm sorry." But I said, "Yeah, I do Plexus. Has anybody talked to you?" And she says, no. I said, you want to go have breakfast tomorrow? And she said, I'd love to go have breakfast with you tomorrow. And we signed her up the next day. So keep stuff on. Let them know your plexus. You know, my car is a Lexus. I have a beautiful new white car. Oh, Jennifer, I love my new car. Plexus is paying for it.
I know. Did you get a new one? Which one did you get?
Man, I got home from Hawaii and I went to the Lexus dealership and got my new GX 460. I had one, but I was paying for it. But now they let us have it.
Yes.
But anyway, I have a sign on the back of it that says, y'all need plexus. I've moved to Oklahoma, but I'm still a Texan. So we had y'all on there.
Love it. And what a genius way, though, to invite and to share the products, too, with somebody brand new. I love what you've said several times. I've invited people to lunch. I went to coffee. I asked them to breakfast. It's all relationship. I'm interested in you, and then I'll share with you what I have. And I think with our team, a lot of times we struggle collectively and with, well, I don't know what to tell them. I want to tell them something. I've met somebody brand new, and now I got to tell them something. And then you get stuck on this person that you know nothing about, and you're just throwing that plexus on them. And it's
don't throw up on them. Don't throw up on them.
No, gross.
No, I love to go have breakfast, but I'm in a position I can afford breakfast. You know, breakfast is the cheapest, so I'm a cheapskate. I'm not going to take them to lunch because lunch costs another $4 or $5 more. But breakfast I can afford. But everybody loves breakfast. And just go have breakfast and show them that you care. You know, don't talk about yourself. Just sit there and say, look, tell me what you want to change. What do you want to change? You want to change your health? You want to change your financial outlook? What do you want to change? Let me help you. And if they say, well, I'd like to do this, but I just don't think I can't afford it. I said, then let me show you how you can afford it. And then I have a girl at the dentist office. I went to the dentist the other day, and she's on this 31-day crap. I don't know what it is. Anyway, and she said, well, I'm doing this 31, and it's really helping me, you know. And I said, yeah, but when you get off of it, you're going to get all your weight back. And she looked at me. See, I can get away with a lot of crap you guys can't because I'm okay.
I can.
Phil does. Phil says it all. He doesn't care.
Yeah, Phil. It doesn't bother Phil either, or Chris McCall, you know. But anyway, but I tell them it doesn't matter what you do. And I'm going to tell you, people, this keto diet that's going around, it's very, very dangerous. It is extremely dangerous. There are articles coming out now how it is literally shutting down kidneys that can't be brought back. So it is an extremely dangerous deal. So just be careful. You know, well, what's the difference between this and this? Let me tell you what you tell them. I don't have a clue about 31. I don't have a clue about ketos, but I can tell you what it's done for me. And that's the honest to God truth. Mm-hmm. Now, if they want to go try something else out, there's nothing you can do about it. There's not. If they go sign up under somebody else, there's nothing you can do about it, but they want to work for you anyway. So let them go, you know. So I'm just saying, look at everything in a positive attitude. There's a reason for everything. God knows the plans he has for you. If somebody goes signs up under Jennifer that I gave 7-day pack, well, it's plexus. Good luck. And then I'll call Jennifer. You owe me 7-day trial pack. But anyway, I'm just saying, quit looking at the negative, gang. Look at the positive. Look at what you can do. Okay? What do you say? What is that question?
She says, what suggestions do you have for people who can't necessarily go out and relationship build? I just died thinking about me taking a prospect to breakfast with my 3 little kids.
Oh, listen.
I don't think she was on when you talked about little kids and said, bless you, I don't even know how you're doing this business.
No, I don't know how you're doing it. But your kids, are they still at home or do they go to school?
They're little. They're all at home.
They're all at home.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Well, then what you do is you make sure that people like little kids.
Say,
or they have little kids. Or they have little kids. Tell them, bring your kids. How many people?
Play date, right?
Yeah, we're going to have a play day at McDonald's. Oh, don't go eat at McDonald's. But
just
listen,
play there. Don't eat there. Just play there.
let me tell you a secret, gang. And I've lived twice your lifetime. You can come up with any excuse in the world not to do something, right? The excuse you want to come up is what you're willing to do to grow your business. Those 3 little kids, you're not going to have to pay for their college if you work smart and do the job. I get to bless my grandchildren in ways I never could my children. I worked 2 jobs. I did books in the day and waited tables at night. I did whatever it took. If I'd had plexus at you guys' ages, oh my gosh, I would have gone ballistic. And let me tell you, Jennifer told me how old she is. I can't even fathom in my wildest dreams, and I did books for years, what you people can make. I can't fathom. I cannot fathom if you're willing to go out there and work. Even Senior Ruby. God, I was praising God for Senior Ruby. But just what can possibly be made when you're 70, you know, you're going to sit up on a mansion and a castle and just write thank you notes.
Yeah.
Seriously.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think Willie has a question. So I unmuted you, Will.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So how do you deal with all the negative people out there in the world? You tell them all the great benefits about Plexus, but then they're like, what's the catch? Or it's a scam and all that good stuff.
Okay. Well, this is my secret. That's great. If that's what you believe. You know, this is something I believe in. This is something I can truly see I can do. I would rather build my business than go to a job every day that I hate. Do you hate your job? Then why wouldn't you risk listening to me? You know, it's not a scam. There's too many testimonies out there. Does it work on everybody? No, it doesn't. But penicillin doesn't work on everybody. Statins don't work on everybody. Metformin and insulin doesn't work on everybody. But for the people it does work on, it's amazing. So you're going to get people that are going to jump on board and love it. And then you're going to have people that are going to be negative. You know, I get a kick out of Chris McCall. You don't know him yet, but you will. You know, Chris always tells me, he says, you know, Darlene, I bring in people, I bring in my family, I tell them about this plan, and they laugh at me. And it just makes me so mad because I know it can change lives. But you know what? I just got to bless and release. You got to bless and release, Will. Don't kill yourself, okay? Don't kill yourself trying to bring someone in that's going to be negative. Number one, if they're already negative, what are they going to do to your team? Right? You're going to work double trying to persuade them to like it or whatever. You just tell them what you think of it and go on, because I promise you there's someone else that will want it.
Great advice. Great advice. And it's harder when you're starting because you don't have that much of a testimony base and experience yet with Plexus. You're really trusting Phil and I and our journeys. And so you can lean on that. You can lean on what you know and what you've watched for the last 3 years in us, knowing and knowing that it hasn't gone away, knowing that it hasn't changed. And then as you're building, a lot of people just stick around just to watch, to see. They're waiting to see if you fail, but they're watching. And the thing is that there's going to be a point, and I know all of us that are on here that have been doing this 4 years or longer even have people that have been watching us since the beginning. They'll reach out and go, okay, guess what? I think I need to try this stuff.
Yeah. And the stupid idiots, if they'd have signed up when you asked them to, they'd be Ruby or something by now. You just want to slap them. But anyway, don't waste your time, William. You've got a brand new network. You've got a lot of people out there. Don't throw up on your posting on your Facebook page. Post twice a day, but post your stories. This 3-way calling is amazing. And the other thing I'm telling you people, you can go all the events you want to, and I go to every event I can get to. But the thing that I have found that is huge is these little sip and sees around your kitchen table. I have gone and done sip and sees and have 7 people there and 7 people signed up. They either signed or they bought the product. But make it personable. Make it personable. Because once you get 3 or 4 people, and not 20, get 3 or 4 of your friends over and just start talking. Get Jennifer, if she lives in the neighborhood, to come over with you. I flew to Wisconsin and did a sip and see every night. And my team blew up in Wisconsin. But it's just that personal relationship that you've got to make. I started a new Bible study, and oh my God, there's 10 women in there, and every one of them need plexus. But I can't tell them that yet. They've got to know me and trust me. But I guarantee you, before I finish this Bible study in 4 months, they'll all be on plexus because I know they need it. If you know they need it, they will buy from you. And some of them won't. But
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Darlene. Gosh, anybody else have, oh, Erica has a question. Okay, Erica.
see, all of you guys could be my kids.
I'm curious what your personality is. Like, what color personality are you? What would you consider yourself?
You know, that's so funny, Erica, that you asked that, because I don't care about colors. I really don't. All you guys are doing yellow and blue and red, and I'm going, what the heck is this? You know.
Well, I'm curious how you would, like, what angle you take when you meet somebody and you're talking to somebody. Are you going over ingredients? Are you talking about dosages? Like, how are you?
For the first time?
Yeah.
First meet him? Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I do when I first meet him. I've never met a stranger unless I'm in a big crowd. I don't like big crowds. But you put me one-on-one and God help you. But what I do is let's say, okay, the guy in the grocery store that was around the candy, sugarless candy, he just had a heart attack and he's diabetic and he has to get sugar. And I said, oh my gosh, John, you know, that's terrible. And I listened to him for a few minutes and I said, you know, you don't know me from Adam, but I think I have a product that can help you. And I would love to talk to you about it, but I have got a meeting I've got to go to. I never leave, Erica. I never leave anywhere without somebody's email. I don't want their Facebook page. I want their email. And I says, now, if you feel comfortable giving me your email, I would love to send you information on this. And then maybe we can meet and have coffee and talk about it. But I never leave without an email. And then once we get to know a little bit more, then we'll go have coffee or something. I never go have coffee with a man by myself, though. That doesn't look good. So you always either have a friend, woman go with you. And I'm 70. It's not that he's going to hit on me, but it doesn't look appropriate, right? So that's my feelings. I'm old school, though. Anyway, but I never go anywhere because they can delete you off your Facebook. They cannot delete you off their email. And I don't pester them. That's one thing I don't do because I'll email them and tell them, I mean, I got the guy that sold me the Lexus. I got the guy that showed me how to work the Lexus. And do you know how many Jules and Edmund buy their Lexus from this Lexus shop? And nobody's talked to them about plexus? Really? Really? So anyway, I just kind of get a conversation going, you know, oh my gosh, you're 35 years old. You already had a heart attack. What are you doing? You know, is there something you'd be interested in that if I had it that you'd use? And they'll say, sure. And I'll get their email. And I said, well, I've got a meeting. Don't keep them stuck there. First of all, you want their email so you can follow up with them. So
when you email them, are you emailing them information or are you just talking to them or what do you know?
Well, what I like to send them, I have become a huge fan of Brooke Hemingway. But if it's a man, I love Jack's testimony. I don't know Jack's last name. I just found him, but I love his testimony. And then there's another weight trainer. Men want to hear about getting muscles or their back hurting or anything like that. So I send them the ingredients. I send them the facts and questions about the ingredients. And then I'll send them 2 or 3 videos. short videos, not long videos. Nobody likes to watch a 10-minute video, but I'll find a 3 or 4 minute. Brooke's got some amazing ones, and Darlene's got some. There's great videos out there. And then we've got our training videos on the back of our page, that we can use. Okay. So we've got all kinds of things. Just, don't try to sell them when you first meet them. Mm-mm. But get their email and then just haunt them.
It's good advice. I like that. Love it. Okay. Anybody else? We good? I think we've all walked away with some nuggets. I've taken a couple of pages of notes, things to remind myself. Darlene, you are amazing. You know that I think the world of you. Thank you for your time today.
One more suggestion.
Yes.
When you leave your house, and the one with the little kids, please don't be afraid. People love little kids. They'd probably buy from you because you need help with these 3 kids. Okay?
Right here and throw the baby up. Say Peter.
But every day when I leave my house, I don't have a community. I just moved here from Austin, Texas. So my community is literally going out and meeting people either at, not McDonald's, but my dentist, my hairdressers is now, I signed 7 new ambassadors when I moved to Edmond. Everybody said, there's too many jewels there. Well, bullcrap. There is so many people. I mean, your town, if you've got 400, you just need 20 of them. Right?
Right.
So don't get discouraged. But when you walk out that door, you say, okay, Father, today someone out there needs prayer. They need me to lay hands and hug them on them, or they need plexus. And 90% of the time, they need both. So just a hug, just a kind word will change everything. And once they see your heart, then they'll know you're not just trying to sell them something. So I asked blessings over this group. I asked God to send people for you to witness to. I asked your business to grow in mighty leaps and bounds. I asked your family to be blessed. And I asked God's plan to be so true to his word that you will see what he has planned for you. And don't try to be me. And don't try to be Jennifer. You be who you are. All right, Jennifer, I've preached enough.
You have. You are amazing. I love it. I love it.
Okay. Y'all, I'll see you in Florida. And if any else of y'all coming, look me up.
Come find her.
Hanging somewhere.
Come find her.
Thank you.
All right. Love. See you in a couple days.
Hey, William, I'm going to be checking up on you, buddy.
Thank you.
I'm going to be hey, if you go to a gym, you've already got it. You already got it. You already got it.
Anyway. In the gym, you got it hooked up, right? That's a great
hook.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
All right, guys. This will be up in a couple of hours, so we want to do the recording. Good night. Hope your cough gets better.
Bye.
Bye.